Welcome back, guys. In this session, I'm going to show you how we can style our React applications using CSS and Bootstrap. So, first of all, let me just go to app.js file and let me show you that there is an import statement by default. Here it says import app.css. So, what this is they have inbuilt created an file which is called an app.css and it has some default styling up. And because of these default stylings, like see here they have said text alignment is center. So if I just go to my web browser and you can see all the contents are in the center of the page. Now let me come back to my application and see, let me just get rid of all of this default coding from here. Let me save this file and let me go to my browser, and as you can see all the uh, css is gone. Okay, and my text is on the left side of the page. So now let's suppose if I want to give my own CSS coding for these two text over here and from this particular file. So that is our app.js file. So what I'm going to do is see, I'll come to app.js and here is our hello component, and let me go to that hello component and here see I've created both a hello component as functional as well as the class based component. So let it be first the functional component itself, and see suppose this h1. Okay, I'll give a class name for this one. So you will have to say class name like a camel case, and here in single quotes or either or in double quotes I'll say like this, that this is the header class name for this particular paragraph heading, and for the paragraph let me give a class name called as my paragraph. So these are the class names which I have chosen for the h1 tag as well as the paragraph tag. Now I'll target these two elements. I'll come to app.css and I will say dot header open and close curly brace, and I will say like this text hyphen align. Okay, and it should be in the center of the page. So this is what the text alignment I want for my particular heading text. So let me just save this one and let me go to the browser and see, as you can see our text has appeared in the center of the page and we have successfully given the css coding for that, so that the text alignment is going to be in the center of the page. So now let's say I want to change the color of the text to red color. So let me save it, go check out the browser, and as you can see the text of the h1 tag, okay, the main heading has changed to red color. So just like this itself, what I want to do is I want to put the entire body tag. So let me just get rid of this dot header and let me just say the entire body tag text alignment should be center, and let's get rid of this color code also. So let me just save this one and let me just go to the browser, and as you can see we are getting the hello world in the center as well as the paragraph is also in the center of the page. So this is how you give css coding for your uh, you can say the tags or anything as such sort. So let me just go to the hello.js, see header as well as my paragraph. So let me come here and let me say dot header open and close curly brace and say like this color is red. Okay, and let's say we give some border 1 pixel solid, and let's say black, and I want to have some padding on all the sides, let's suppose 20 pixel or something, and I think this should be fine. So let me save it, and for the paragraph as well I'm going to say dot my paragraph. So let's open and close curly brace and let me just confirm it once so that I don't make any kind of spelling mistake. So let me just put it over here as like this, and for the paragraph let us keep the color as a blue color for time being. So and also maybe some text decoration I'll put it as underline. Let me save it and let's go check out the browser. So yes, okay, so we have this h1 component as well as this paragraph component, both the css have been added from app.css file. So this is the coding for app.css file. So this is the first way of doing or you can say giving css code and styling our react applications. Now let me just comment of all this code, save the file, and let's go to the browser, and as you can see now the entire text and colors and everything has come back to the normal how it was. So now what we need to do is we need to give some kind of a styling for our application, but I'm not going to use any kind of app.css file or anything as of now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to directly go to this hello.js file, and I'm going to use an inline styling for this particular uh, h1 and paragraph tag. So what we need to do is, see, you need to come inside this particular tag, and you have to say like this, style equal to, and here first what we need to do is we are going to have one curly brace, and inside that curly brace one more curly brace I'm going to use. Okay, and I'm going to create a JavaScript object. Okay, so JavaScript object is nothing but a key value pair. So if suppose I want to design something, let's say I want to give the text alignment property on this particular h1 tag, so and I want to be in the center of the page, so I will have to say like this, text align, ALIGN, and it has to be in camel case, and then a colon symbol, not equal to symbol, a colon symbol, and on the right side it has to be inside single quotes. Okay, and I'm going to say it should be in the center of the page. So this is one of the properties. And let's suppose now if I want to give border, so I'll say border colon, and in single quotes you will have to say 1 pixel solid, and let's say in red color, so like this. So we'll have a border of red color, and then I want to give some padding as well. So padding, let's say in single quotes you have to say 20 pixels. So these are all the CSS properties which I wanted to add, and this is inline CSS. Okay, this is how you style your React application. So let me just save this file. Let's go to the browser and check out. See, as you can see, we have a red color border, and the text is in the center of the page, and we also have a 20 pixel margin, sorry, padding for the h1. Now let me come back to the code, and just like that itself. Okay, let me just put it here in the bottom, and let me bring this also at the bottom like this, so that the code is a little bit visible. So now here, after this class name, I want to have a style, so I'll say style equal to, and I'll also put a curly brace like this, and inside that we have to write the inline styling. Okay, so this was the second way. Okay, now coming to the third way of giving the CSS property is, like, you can create like a variable or something like that. See, I'm just going to say either inside the class or outside the class, it doesn't matter. So and you can make it after the export statement as well, so that's not a problem. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I have a constant header styling. Okay, header stylings is equal to, like this, I'm going to create an object. Okay, and whatever these properties which I had written. Okay, so let me just copy this object itself. Okay, let me cut it from here, and let's get rid of this too. Okay, and put the uh, entire thing like this. Okay, so my variable which is called as a header styling, and I'll just copy that name and put it here in this particular tag like this. Okay, style equal to, in single curly brace, that variable name which we have provided with this particular object. So let me just simply give a colon symbols, save it, and let's go to the browser, and as you can see, we have got our React application well and good as it was in the previous code. Okay, same inline styling as well. So now let's come back to the code, and let's have some variable for the paragraph as well. So I'll say paragraph stylings. Okay, paragraph stylings is something like this. Okay, I'll say the same thing, that text alignment should be in the center of the page. So CNTR center. Now then let's have a border also for that. So border, single quotes, I'll say 1 pixel solid, and let's say black color. So this is going to be padding, and one more, let's add some padding of 10 pixels, and 10 pixel has to be inside single quotes like this, so 10 pixels. So this paragraph styling, let me copy that name and put it here inside this curly brace. Okay, so let me just bring it to one single line, so that we can see the entire putting in one single line like this. Okay, so this is for the heading part, and this is for the paragraph part. So this is how you style. Okay, so let me just save this one, and let's go to the browser and check out. See, as you can see, we have the heading as well as the paragraph, and the CSS properties are added using a variable assignment to them. Okay, and now I want to just show you that these two variables can create it here as well, or let me just put it after the uh, component export statement. Let's save it and let's go to the browser and check out if it makes any kind of difference or not. See, as you can see, we have no difference at all. So it can be inside the component or it can be made outside the component as well. See, let me just cut it from here and let me put it here at the top also. Okay, so it's not going to make any kind of difference. Okay, so let us say uh, we just come here and let's put it here. See, but we will have to put it here. Okay, so not before the import statement, it has to be after the import statement. So we have done that. So let's save the file and let's go check out the browser, and as you can see, we have got our styling properties done. Okay, and now let's suppose I just go to my code, and these two properties, okay, let me cut it from here and put it inside the function just before the return statement. So just to see whether it makes any kind of difference or not, so let me just go back here and let me just put a semicolon here at the last. Okay, so now let me save it and let's go to the browser and check out. See, as you can see, it can be just before the function declaration, or it can be inside the function like this before the return statement, and it can be after, or it can be before the export statement as well. So these variables can be created anywhere inside your functional components. Okay, and the same way, so let me just comment off this entire code. Let me first show you the coding part. So let me just come back to the Visual Studio Code. See, let me just comment off this whole part. Let me save it and let's come uncomment our class based component. So the first line, it will say commented, so let me just put it like this, and these two lines, I'm simply just going to copy and just make two variables like this and uncomment these two lines. Now we have this h3 and we have this paragraph. So I'm going to say that this h3, okay, which simply says hello world, okay, should have a style. Okay, see, it has given the calibres automatically by itself. So let me just increase the screen size a bit so you can see the code properly, and this heading styling, sir, header styling, sir, let me paste that name over here. So that part is done, and then this paragraph, let me copy that also and add it as one of the styles for this particular paragraph. So we have a class based component right now which says hello, and it says hello world on the screen, and it says this is a paragraph. Okay, now let me just save this one and let's go to the browser and check out our React application. So as you can see, the class based component as well as the functional component, okay, both works in the same way. So let me just go to the code. See, this is the code for applying the CSS in class based component, and this was the previous code where we had created the functional component and added the CSS coding for that in the third way. Okay, the first way was to directly add it in app.css file, or the second way was to add it inside the inline CSS properties itself here by using two calibrators. And the third style is we can create a variable and then we can put that variable name inside like this in between the calibrates itself. Okay, so thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one.